Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I need to tell you a big story. I was in the airport coming off a plane. I needed some assistance because sometimes MS be MSing. The two people who were there for the assistance who had my name on placards said they were looking at each other going, "You take her, no, you take her, no, you take her, no, you take her." And then one of them said, "They don't tip." Now, I don't know who these black people are who don't tip because my family members have either done service jobs or know someone who has, and we tend to overtip. But whatever. The young man who came up was very happy to see the tip that I did have for him because he didn't have that bias. Then later on in the day, I met Christopher V, who's a part of the Stories to Tell group, and we were in the lobby of the hotel. We were having a good old time. We were hugging and crying and just joyful laughing. And we'd seen each other for the first time. We've known each other for 3 years through the Stories group and the Stories page, and we're going back and forth. And even though we'd never seen each other, we felt like we knew each other. He is a white gay man. I'm a black straight woman, and we were brother and sister from the moment we connected. A young couple came over, and they thought that I was their colleague, the man's colleague from work. He was like, "But you look just like her." And I said, "Is this a all black people look alike thing, or do I look like her?" He's like, "No, you even have the same glasses." So it's like, okay. And we stayed down there because we really were looking for this woman, but we were also spending time together. So the young man and his wife came back because they were woke. And he was like, "Listen, I need you to know you really look like her. I've been looking for a picture of her on social media so that I can show you that you really look like her." I said, "It's okay. I look like a lot of people." He's like, "No, no, no, no. You really look like her." So then they told us this story. His wife is from Norway, he's from the US, and they told us about how cultural differences and how in Norway the features that are considered beautiful are not the features we consider beautiful here. And they talked about seeing a program, the wife is pregnant, on the development of a child and how in the first 6 months of development of a child's life, that baby can distinguish subtle differences from monkeys and from species and from they can distinguish all these things. And after that time, that goes away, the ability goes away because we begin to compartmentalize towards what we find preferable or what we love or what we think is important. And so the doctor who was presenting this research was Asian, and he said when he came to the United States, he was like, "Wow, white people really look alike. They all look alike. Couldn't tell one from the other." And he realized that this is this thing that the brain does, that it begins to say, these people, this group that I belong to, that's the one I can distinguish the features from. But that group that I don't belong to, I don't even have to pay any attention. And we began to think about that and discuss it and see how it meant for all of us in our lives. And I admitted to them that there was a time people would say, "Is any fine men there?" And I'd go, "No." And there's no men here at all because they were all white men. And I was raised to think that, white men, that's off limits. You don't look at white men. You only look at black men. And so I couldn't even distinguish the differences or see the beauty or see any of those things. Here is the big thing. When we see through the eyes of love, we open up the capacity of the brain to see the beauty in everyone. It is one thing to compartmentalize so that we can use that 10% of the brain, the smartest of us should only use 10. I want to use so much more. What if we see a Christopher V who we've never laid eyes on, and it is as normal as drinking water to grab and hug and hold him like the brother that he is? What if being able to see him opens up the capacity of my brain to even see myself in a much more beautiful light? All I know is that young man who got that tip was so grateful, and the ones who decided that they knew who I was only got to see what they saw. And that young man who came back sent a picture of me and him to his boss, and the boss said, "We haven't seen her in so long. She's looking good." We did look alike. I love you.